Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, where we return to our House Darkling playthrough. Sorry that there's not been an episode in a good few days. I've been a little bit busy over the weekend with redecorating, so that's been the reason for the lack of episodes over the weekend, but hopefully we're going to be able to get back into the series now and keep uploading for the rest of the week. So here we are as King Zachary. Our wife is imprisoned by us as she was having an affair with one of our courtiers, so we do need to sort that out once she gives birth to the bastard that she is impregnated with by that traitor. We've got two new houses in Goodbrook and Leicester in the Brackenlands that we did take over last episode. Of course, we've still got the Brackens in charge of Stonehenge, Lord Andro the Fat. But in Leicester, we have House Belcour with a nice green and blue peacock on black. Now, I know that the person who recommended this asked for a grey or a blue background, but when you had the green on the grey or blue with this particular sigil, the peacock, you literally couldn't make out what it was at all. It just looked like a green, very like weird green blob. So I had to go for the black background as it was the only one that would make the green and blue stand out for the peacock. But I think it still looks quite nice, and I mixed the blue and green in there to still get that blue in there for you. And then in Goodbrook, we have House Rosebrook with a nice two shaded red rose on black, which looks really nice. Red and black just always goes so nice, doesn't it? Anyway, we are getting our troops together as we are helping House Peak, who we have an alliance with and a marriage pact. We're helping them defend against the Stormlands, who are currently trying to invade there. It's a shame that they are one of our allies and we have been caught up, because if not, this would have been the perfect time for us to finally press our claims on the lands around the Blackwater. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. But we will help out our ally anyway, as they have helped us quite a huge amount. So we're going to get our troops together, march down south and help out. We'll try and arrive late, try and save our own manpower. The Lannisters are involved, as well as a lot of Dawn and the Reach Lords, so we're not really needed, but we'll take part so that we don't lose any prestige and such. We'll arrive late to the war, and that way we won't lose much manpower, but we will get involved and hopefully earn a bit of prestige and stuff. Right, we need a new steward. We haven't really got anybody. We've got this guy who's an incompetent steward. Let's search our realm, find characters in our realm. Have we got any good stewards in our realm that we can make use of? We've got you, Alan, Master at Arms of Duskstone. I don't know why you're the Master at Arms, because you've got very good, you're a skilled steward. So yeah, we'll send you a gift so that we can invite you. We've only got to send you 15, and then we'll invite you to our court and you can be our new high steward. Betrothed can marry. Who's that? Our daughter, Princess Serana of the Dusklands and Sir Alistair Crab. Yes, we'll send that so that we can keep the crabs on side, as they are the new High Lords of Cracklaw Point. We've got several High Lords now. Our army is improving. We've got two new High Lords in the last couple of episodes. We've got the Brackens and the Pipers, as well as Godsfort, which is our bear brother, for whatever reason. Lord John, who's a polar bear, which is interesting. Peace be with you. I accept your suggestion that Princess Serana and Sir Alistair get married. Perfect. Right, so yeah, we're going to get all our troops together here in Rosby for now, which we still need to give away. We're going to give that away to our bastard, if you remember rightly, Glendon Waters, and make him form his own house once he becomes of age. An agreement has been reached with Lord Montfort to see Sir Alistair Crab and Serana Darklyn wed, and now the dowry is due to the groom's house. I should give them plenty of gold and silver, 200 gold. We can afford that, and it will get him on side, so yeah, we'll go with that. We make quite a lot of money in and around Duskendale anyway, so we haven't got to worry too much about that. And perfect, our new steward has arrived, so we'll get him straight in as our new steward. We need to get him collecting taxes as well in Rosby or Duskendale. Rosby or Duskendale. We'll go with Duskendale. We should get more taxes from Duskendale. But we're going to have a lot of manpower here, about 20,000 or so. How are things going down south? The Stormland army is about 30,000 strong. The Dane army's here. The Sunspear army, the Ironwood army's marching up. The Blackmont army, the Fowler army. So, yeah, there's a lot of people aiding, as well as the huge, huge Lannister force, which is marching down as well. A son was born to King Zachary of the Dusklands and Queen Lyanna of the Dusklands, named Andry Waters, of course, because he's not ours. He's arrived at our court, but he's not our son. He's a Selford bastard. Now that he's been born, though, we can now take care of our wife. What do we do with you? I'm just going to execute the imprisoned, but it will increase our tyranny and our fear. But yeah, we're going to do that. She is a traitor. Let's see what we can do. Personally strangle her to death. I want her to be crushed to death. She'll be hung, drawn and quartered. put her in the bear pit, tear her out her bows, boil her alive. Have we got anything else? Saw her in half, bury her alive, wall her up in a tomb, break her on the wheel. Let's wall her up in a tomb. That seems interesting and different. Your wife, Queen Lyanna Hornburn, has died, and now it falls on to you to decide whether to make the funeral a big and special event. Well, no, considering we've murdered her, no. Just a small private funeral will suffice. Technically, she's not dead, is she, anyway? But we do need a new wife now, which is good. Means that we can try and get ourselves a decent alliance. We're now a tyrant and a rebel leader. Let's have a look. Do the Lannisters have a princess or something that we could marry? Only a 1-year-old. He does have sisters, but they're all bastards by the looks of it. There is one Lannister. No, unfortunately. What about the Royces? Because we did want to get that alliance back with the Royces. He has a daughter, but she's only 11. He does have a sister. No, so we can't do anything with those. The Reach, maybe? We do have a Queen of the Reach. She only has a son who's 19. Does have a sister, 30. I'm not sure who we're going to remarry yet. We'll have a... Let's have a look on here, rank-wise. Who is the best... There's a Dara, but she's only 13. Might be a good choice, though, to have a Darry on side. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. We'll arrange a betrothal with House Darry. We'll keep, hopefully, the Mutants in line, and if not, we can then give the High Lordship of the Bay of Crabs to House Darry instead. Our daughter, I believe, is married now, isn't she? Yes. I don't know what we're going to do with that bastard boy. Your Grace, I write to you with bad news from Duskendale. My efforts to squeeze some extra taxes out of the population have been met with resistance, and the peasants are arming themselves. I fear we might have a revolt in our hands soon. Why are you saying it, John? You're not the... Aren't you Hand of the King? Your Wisdom and Mercy Ledger, I've decided to accept the suggestion of a betrothal between King Zachary and Lady Melaine. Is she actually the Lady of Darry as well? Yes, she is, which is interesting. Who's her heir? Sir Jordan Darry. So there is a Darry heir. Your Grace, I have changed my mind about our proposed marriage. This is because I rule Lord... yeah, okay, yeah, so you've now changed your mind. That's fine. I was expecting that once I realised that you were the High Lady anyway. How many years until our bastard is of age? He's 11, so not too long. There is no man better at increasing the faith's opinion of me or to teach me more about becoming a pious man than my Septon, Ronald. I need you to talk to the church, Septon Ronald. Teach me to be a pious man. No, get the opinions up instead because we need more manpower. 18,000 here now. Perfect. Let's merge all those together. In command is no longer affecting us. At the age of 34, your wife died. I know, we killed her. My bannerman, Lord Hosting Green, has tried to have Master Benfrey of Barrowbridge arrested but failed to apprehend him. Master Benfrey saw futility in the rebellion, however, and has travelled to Raynet to seek justice in person. Who are the Vances fighting against? Where are the Vances? Here they are. At war, defending against Sir Kermit of Highheart and defending against the Storm King. Lord Harbit of Harroway's Town has given me a bizarre and repulsive evidence concerning sexual preferences. How should I use this juicy information? Threatened with exposure unless he stays out of all factions. Is he currently in a faction then? Prince John for the Dustland. No, he's not. So we'll keep this information to ourselves for now. Where are we currently trying to get claims? Ah, yes, that was it. We're trying to get claims on Deddington, aren't we? We did get Riverrun, though, which was a great capture for ourselves, and we did put the Tullys back in place in there as well, as they should be, because for some reason the Tullys had Deddington as their capital, I believe, don't they? Yes, Deddington. This was before we even took Riverrun, and that's a terrible, terrible province. I don't know why the hell they've not got Riverrun as their capital. We do have the alliance of House Blackwood, so I don't know how we're going to go about taking control of them. Wow, that army's huge. The Peak army out because they've got some Lannister men with them, that's why. Right, our army is finally ready to march south. Let's have a look what commanders we've got. If I remember, we had quite a shortage of commanders, didn't we? We've got Danes, he's not too bad. Jeremy and Duncan, have we got anyone better than Jeremy? We've got ourselves, we're better, we'll lead it ourselves then. And let's now march our army. We'll march on to Stokeworth, why not? And we'll get these lands under siege up here without actually going into battle. Glendon Waters needs an education. We will go with a martial education. And we'll spend highly when we get asked. You should be already getting, yep, already underneath Sir Darkwing, who's a great knight. So you should hopefully get that martial bit. Here we go. And we're going to spend highly on you because we want you to be a great bastard and form your own house of Rosby, which we do need a name for, guys. So if you guys want to think of a name for our bastard branch of House Darkling that's going to rule from Rosby, some sort of mixture of Darkling and Rosby or something could be cool. Same with the colours. Let's split this army in half. It's too big. We'll move 10,000 onto Hayford, get that under siege. King's Landing's already under siege. Shouldn't be called King's Landing. I really want to get this province under our control. Look at all those demesnes and holdings that you can improve on. Leslyn of East Andalos, the wife of Lord Merrin of Sunspear, has been spending a few days in Duskendale, and this has been very a nice experience meeting her. Maybe our people are not that different after all. We'll write to him, we could become friends. The vassals of Duskendale now view you with respect. Well, about time. They're actually starting to warm up to us, it would seem. Dear King Zachary of the Dusklands, I'm glad to hear that you are well and that my wife says it was a good experience. Unfortunately, these types of pacts are broken left and right, and to avoid going back on my word in the future, I would rather not give the kind of guarantee. That's fine. That's fine. If that's what you want to do. Right, Stokeworth's very well defended, and Hayford's pretty well defended, so we'll just sit here, grind that down. There is a huge Durandon army marching north, so we may need to keep an eye on that, because we may need to get our armies together. Prince John of the Dusklands used a favour on Lord Royce of Butterwell to force him to join all their factions, so we need to keep an eye on that as well. Let's see if we can find ourselves a marriage. Oh, an Estamont. Oh, she's not very old, though. There's not many decent wives that we could get. A Fossaway, but she's too young. Lots of foreigners. I'm not too keen on the idea of marrying someone from across. We could go for the Piper or the Mutin. She's too young. There's not many. What about the Piper? How old was that Piper? 12. And how old was the Mutin gal? 12. We'll go with the Mutin to try and keep those on side. Let's see if we can arrange a betrothal with the Mutin gal for when she comes of age. Forward things aren't right. They've just smashed that Dane army. May you live in harmony and contentment. I've decided to accept your suggestion of a betrothal between King Zachary and Janaea Mutin. Perfect. That'll keep another High Lord on side. A lot of the High Lords are fairly on side now. There's only one or two that aren't. You have a new heir. If your character dies now, you will play as Princess Bess of the Dusklands. The High Lordship of Cockleswen. Why do we have a new... What happened to our daughter? Nothing. Melaine. Princess Melaine of the Dusklands, House Darklyn. She was our heir originally. Why is she no longer our heir? Why are we changing to a peak? We may need to legitimise our bastard then, if that's going to be the case. Why are you our heir? You should be our heir. Right, we're going to have to legitimise our bastard then, aren't we? Glendon Waters instead. Let's legitimise him. Do it. Glendon Darklyn is no longer known as Waters, and there we go. Now he's our heir. We don't want to lose the Darkling name. A legitimised bastard. Perfect. Which means we're not going to be giving Rosby away to him now. Well, we could still give it him as his personal seat once he comes of age, but we won't need a name anymore. Right. That army's pretty big. Right, let's get these two to march on King's Landing together, and we'll take on that Durandon host. We don't want those attacking us. 20,000 merged together. Let's march on to Farin's Cross and have a battle with that Durandon host. Why are you back in here? We want Danes and Duncan, our actual decent commanders, in charge of a... especially if we're going to have a big battle against... Was it 15,000 men? 14,000. So we should smash the Durandon host. Wow, it looks like we're not going to lose many men at all in doing so. So that's good. Perfect. We only lost 900 men compared to the 6,000. One title can be usurped. The Kingdom of the Trident. Yes, usurp. Usurping the title will give you 200 prestige. Perfect. Okay, King Zachary of the Trident. So, but yeah, we don't want the name of the Trident, so we need to change that back. I prefer the name of Kingdom of the Dusklands, so let's change that back. Kingdom of the Dusklands. It's blue instead now, but I'm not too bothered about that. Blue's my favourite colour, so that'll do, and it's going to make it very easy for us now to lay claims on the rest of the Trident. Can we offer Blackwood Vale vassalisation? Hopefully we'll be able to. All hail his grace, Zachary of the House Darklyn, the first of his name, King of the Trident and Lord of the Riverlands, Lord of Duskendale and Protector of the Realm. All hail the King of the Trident. We've absolutely just crushed that huge Durandon army now, and now we're going to crush another Durandon army of 4,000 men. So we're going to pretty much win the war for House Peak now, and then we can take our troops back home and get on with our own wars once we've done that. There we go, a crushing victory. Okay, can we attack those in Greenwood? Yes, we can as well, and it's 13,000, and we've got plenty of them. Aha, they're marching away though. We'll attack. Oh, they've got an advantage in Amberley, but it is 13,000 men. I think we can defeat them even with the river crossing. I hope. Yes, Isa. Fighting across the field, you see an enemy soldier cut off from the others. As you get closer, you realise the enemy soldier is Storm King Willem Duranden. Seeing you charge across the field towards him, he turns and flees. You pursue, but lose track of him in the chaos. That's right, coward. Run back to Storm's End. And speaking of that, we are going to return back home to Rosby after this battle. Let's march our way home. A great victory, which gives a lot of war score to the Peak cause. And now we're going to take our army home and disband it and concentrate on taking over our own lands that we want. Right, open council positions. We need an advisor. We'll go with Lord Farman of Duskstone because he does like us, of Driftmark, sorry. Let's march our men home. Let's have a look what we can then do with the Riverlands. There's a lot of it that we do need to take over. This is still owned by Riverrun. Same as... Oh, is Willowwood actually independent, maybe? Looks like they could be. Same as Blackwood. It'd be good if we could get the Blackwoods to swear fealty to us. Who are you at war with? Currently defending against King Eddard of the North in Northern Riverrun Vassalization War. Riverrun, but it's all the way down there. Maybe it just means this bit up here. A peasant accused of murder is dragged before your court. His wife and children were found butchered in the small hut they called home, and he was standing nearby covered in their blood. Despite this damning evidence, the man continues to profess his innocence. What should be done with him? The animal must be hanged, toss him into the dungeons and leave him there. The evidence is circumstantial, let him go. Perhaps some torture will loosen his tongue. Let's go with that. Let's torture him. Why not? Let's have some fun. Where's our army? Still marching back home, taking their goddamn time about it as well. Your Grace King Zachary, Riverrun is under attack from the north and is in need of aid. We implore you to join our coalition. No, I'm not going to get involved because I'm going to be invading you myself in a moment, good friend. The peasant admitted his guilt under torture. Unfortunately, he expired in the process, so you may never know what compelled such a beast to murder his own family. Oh well, justice has been served, probably. Your Grace, your sister, Princess Wenella, is responding very well to my tuition. She has improved her skills and is advancing her knowledge every day. That's good news. It's good to know. How far off home are we now? Pretty close. That's good. We need a new act. We'll go with the Hole in the Wall act this time, which is just a load of complete nonsense, as we're insane. It's going to lower a load of vassals' opinion of us. I suppose the game realised, oh, hang on a minute, they're actually getting on side. We best get in the way of that. Right, we've disbanded that army. Let's see what we can actually do here now then. So we could go for Riverrun, say declare war on those and de jure claim on all of that, but that would make us a truce breaker. But if we don't do it, the Starks are going to take it before we can. They're at 0% still. Can we do anything with Blackwood? No, not at present. Willowwood, can we do anything with you? Can declare war on you and de jure claim on Willowwood. Let's go declare war on Riverrun. We'll be a truce breaker. Our guy's an arsehole anyway, so it's not really going to matter. De jure claim on Riverrun, send, and we'll go declare war on you. We'll go for a de jure claim on Willowwood. We'll go for all of these at the same time. Red Fork, should we just go for the Red Fork as well? Why not? De jure claim on the Trident. Yeah, let's go for all of these. It's going to be easy to take them all, so we may as well. Blackwood, I don't think we can do anything with at present. No, we can't. So how many troops do we have? 12,000. Wow, we've lost a lot of troops, but we could call upon our allies if need be. Can you meet up in the God's Fort, please? It's a pretty decent province that we've got up north. Pink Maiden Army, can you move there as well? Wow, that's not a lot of men from the Driftmarkers. Not as many as we normally get anyway. Let's sail you around to Darry. 12,000 men's probably still going to be enough though. The Tullys have 700 men. Willowwood have 600 men. And the Trident Red Fork has 500 men. So 12,000 is still going to be far more than enough men than what we're going to need to take over these lands. What's Pink Maiden doing? Are they not getting involved? Apparently not. They're not going to take part. The Craven Jonathan Piper has failed to answer my calls to arm. Fair enough. I see how it is. Let's march you onto the God's Fort, get all our troops stationed there. We'll go straight on to Deddington. We'll go straight for the capital. Hopefully by doing so, let's march those 3,000 men straight onto it, actually. And then everybody else, yes, if you can all just march onto Deddington and meet up there instead. We need to get it under siege before the Starks manage to get all of their bannermen together and march south. We don't want to get caught in between, and we don't want the Starks to end up taking all that northern section of the Riverlands that we want. How well defended is it? Very poorly defended, so we'll go straight for the assault. It's embarrassingly poorly defended. Your Grace, we rounded up everyone we could find in Deddington. What should we do with them? Take them all into house arrest. Straight away, 100%. The idiot left all his family at home. Offer peace and force demands, yes. The Riverrun de jure war over Riverrun has ended. King Zachary of the Dusklands has won. So, yep, you're underneath us now, and we've managed to get all of the lands up here under the Cross Fort. So, that's good. Right, we'll probably save then the next 2 wars for the next episode. Let's get everyone to meet up in Wayfarer's Rest. And what have we got? We've got Brandstone, where we don't have a house, so that's 1. We'll leave those Tullys in Deddington. We'll have 2 branches of House Tully, why not? So we need 1 new name. Crossfort, we've got nobody. Northlands, we've not got anybody. And Erinford, we've got nobody. So that's 4 new lords and sigils that you guys need to come up for me. Hopefully, I'm sure that you're going to come up with some awesome stuff. Don't forget to put them down in the comments below, and then we're probably going to need a load more after the next episode when we take these other 2 High Lordships as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and comment down below if so, and I'll see you all very soon for the next episode.